All right, so I hope people can hear me with this fan going and everything. So I guess I've ranted on this before, but yeah, someone laughing outside or something at the bar or something. But I've went into this before about how you know like I can imagine in like a perfect world in my imagination. Um, and I'm not saying it like that, but I'm saying like hypothetically, imagine if like I'm in this house, I'm in this area, I'm in it could be this place, it could be another place, and like I have a girlfriend, and you know, it wouldn't it wouldn't bother me in the least if she really wanted to just sit around and watch some shows, or if she wanted to play some video games, or if she wanted to sit in the same spot for hours and hours on end and really do nothing. That wouldn't really bother me, because the thing is, and I'm trying to explain this because I think people may not understand things I say, and they probably think like, okay, so Steve, if you like to do these active things, um, like you like to work out sometimes, you try to stay away from cardio, obviously, but your crazy hyperactive self sometimes gets into the realm of cardio. You know, um, you like to spar, you like to do slow drills sometimes to improve technique on certain skills, you like to learn new skills, um, you like to do combat scenarios that are reality based. You like to set up combat scenarios that cultivate, certain combative skills, self defense skills. That involves a lot of moving around. That involves getting up. That involves learning things. If you don't have these skills already, it involves you learning them, even if it's just some basic footwork, even if it's just, you know, step forward, step back, pivot, parry, basic head defense, head movement, that type of thing. It's like, you know, even if it's like you literally have to, like, I would have to teach you things that I've learned. You're gonna have to get on your feet. You're gonna have to get up. You're not gonna be able to sit around and be lazy, and you're not gonna be able to just sit on your booty to do these things. But the thing is, this is like someone would think, oh well, would you want your girlfriend to do that, or would you ever try to? Or no, no. The thing is this: I wouldn't try to make her do anything outside of what she already normally does. Now, if she wanted to do something, then yes. If she wanted something, she wanted to do something unusual to her lifestyle regimen because she thought it might be fun, or simply because I like to do it, then yeah, I would want. Then I would, not saying force her, but I'm saying I would obviously wouldn't not want her to do something with me that I like doing. That's a way. One of the biggest ways you bond with someone is you do something that's outside of your norm that they like, and then they may do something that you like outside of the norm. And it doesn't have to be two-sided; it can be one-sided, because the thing about me is the needs that she fulfills for me. I don't have to like have her doing anything she doesn't normally do, or that she doesn't normally want to do. See, that's for you friends out there. That's for you people who I would call friends. That type of relationship, or even family to certain degrees. Like if I was spending time with certain family members, obviously I'm going to get annoyed if I'm thinking they don't want to do anything. But the thing is, I would not. I mean, I don't force anything on anyone. To make that clear. I mean, come on, what the, who forces things on people? Like, what do you? It doesn't even make sense. But the thing is, my displeasure with this whole thing, right? That's what I'm really trying to get to the point of like my displeasure with this whole like culture. And I'm again, This is not for like these beautiful women that are out there that I know that you don't have no interest in these types. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like these men and even some women that um, they walk with a swag. They want to act G and act this and act that, but it's like, okay, do you want to put in some real work though? You want to put in some real work though? Do you hear me? Like, do you want to actually train? Because you can act this and act that and say, oh, if this girl this, I would do, or oh, if this guy this, and, bro, if you're winded because you walked up some stairs, you ain't doing none of that. And the thing is, this is if you feel some type of way, personally, you could come see me and I could school you and show you why. At least with someone like me, maybe you might get away with that, especially in a fight. Like maybe you might really do something to some little pansy, but what I'm trying to get across to you is why, if you're about that life of these, why you should train, why you should train. You know what I mean? It's like it should be common sense, especially if you're out here and you're one of these gangsters. I'm not saying that I'm technically a gangster. No, I have some skills, but I'm not saying I have skills. But the thing is, this is that I don't go around I don't go around doing certain things that some people actually be doing. You know what I mean? But we know that there are some gangsters around. There are gangsters out here. There's gangsters out here. Okay, but what I'm saying is, I mean, like, I'm not saying you have to, but I would just think that if you're of that life, that you would want to train. But maybe that's not necessarily the case. But what I'm just saying is this: I'm speaking from my perspective. Is I don't like this lazy culture where people just never ever want to train, and they don't want to even recreate. Like even if you're not training seriously, like because you're not saying like, look, I want to get my skills better, right? Combatively, or even it could be your mobility. You want to get your mobility better. You want to be the guy that's outrunning people, running people down, and you're hopping every fence, and you're all over the place. Like that video. I don't know if you guys heard this notorious video, but this video where this young black kid, I think he I don't know if he knocked this cop out, but he pretty much he downed this cop. He hit this cop. I think it was with a hook or something. He punched this cop, and this cop dropped. And this kid ran from some dogs. These cops got these German shepherds. This kid ran from dogs. This kid was humping fences. They looked and they were like, man, this kid shouldn't be, being a thug. This kid should be in the Olympics or something, man. That's what I'm saying. When you train a certain way, young or old, you could be that guy. If you train the right way. I'm not just saying you're a God-given talent. I'm saying if you train a certain way, you could be that guy. I'm not saying that's a good thing or glorifying that lifestyle, but your skills, like I'm saying, those are your skills are what they are. No one can take that from you. That's just athletically, anyone could respect that. Any athlete watching would respect to see that, to be the guy sprinting on these freaking dogs, hopping these fences, knocking these cops out, and hopping these fences, and hurdling all this stuff, like like you're sprinting like you're Usain Bolt or something. Because you're just that guy. Because you're not the guy. You're not just all about talk. You're the guy who's actually able to accomplish these things. So my thing is this: is as men and women, there's just a different breed. It's like, but this whole just lazy sit on my butt mentality and culture, it's for some people. Some days, literally, I don't feel like going out and doing anything. Some days I don't even want to work out in my own room. I don't want to sit in here and have to lift concrete and do friggin' squats and calf raises and deadlifts and push-ups, and then all this stupid stuff, or literally have to went out and did functional type of training and did friggin' pull-ups and stuff. and dips in this, and then come home and still have to do squats. And I don't want to do that. Some days I shouldn't even be doing that. Some days all I do is literally sit down and eat. Okay? But this channel is about recreation, it's about health to a certain degree, it's about fitness, it's about a culture. This is a culture, man. This is a culture. It's a culture. It's a culture. That's all I can say. This lifestyle is a culture. At least person, I'm talking about myself. This is a culture. Okay. And the difference is that whole I'm doing nothing, I'm just sitting down. That's what I'm trying to say is there's some people where I don't even like it, the thought doesn't even enter my mind that I would want them to do anything different because you know it's no, I don't have a need for that. I never got a vibe from them that they would actually do anything else. um the the issue that I have is with people that either one speak something that is BS, or people who they gave off this vibe, and they kind of seemed like they wanted to do this and they wanted to do that, and then that just seemed to not be a thing. You know what I mean? It's very disappointing. But the thing about me is like I learned it is possible to find certain people for certain tasks. So see, in my mind, I could literally imagine like the perfect balance in what I can imagine in my mind. It would be if I were to be at home, you know, or even if I'm not living with a girlfriend, for her to have, our general lifestyle, and then there's because I really don't know. Some girls want to do these things. Like you tell a girl that you're gonna go out and you're gonna friggin' like let's say 2 days before, and you're actually resting from it. 2 days before that, you're like, you did your pull-ups, you did your push-ups, you did your squats, your calf raises, your deadlift. Maybe you did some type of form of military press or some type of handstand push-up or something. Um, and you're resting from like all that because you really did that all in one day, and you have 2 days to rest. But on your 2 days to rest, you want to go spar. Maybe you want to work on, like, it could be some type of ground fighting. Maybe you want to work on some type of weapons based training. But literally, one of those days, it's a different type of training. It could be like a very more slower technique based control type of thing you're going to do, or it could be a little bit more intense than that. It could be like more of a sparring thing, but it could be more intense. You know what I mean? Um, and some girls would be like, "Oh shit!" They'd be like, "That sounds exciting. I want to go do that." And your girlfriend, you look at her, you'd be like, "Okay, oh, so you wanna do this? Okay." And obviously you're not expecting her to have the same skills that you have, or obviously the same amount of strength and stuff and stamina, and you're not, but you're expecting, you're thinking, okay, she's gonna try, like, so she might even put on some gloves and come straight for your head. you're, you're gonna see what type of hands that your girl has. You know what I mean? And in that situation, it's bonding because it's like she's going into your world, and you're understanding an aspect of her that you don't really, you don't really see. Like, she's interested in some guy thing. It's not just a guy thing, but people generally think of it as a guy thing. She's interested in all this that you're all, and that could happen too. Or she could literally be like, "What? Okay, go have fun. Have fun with your friends. I'm gonna sit home and I'm gonna do this or that or whatever." And that's cool. And then you go out with your buddies, or your female friends and some buddies or whatever, that are into that type of thing, and you do your training, and then you come home. It's like, so that it's that simple. But the thing is, what I've experienced is very, very, very frustrating. It's very mentally debilitating. Is none of that. It's like literally, it's like if the stars in the sky align right, and like the friggin' there's an eclipse, and then a unicorn hops over the friggin' rainbow or whatever. It has to take that to happen for me to even like go out, and one friend is like, "Oh, hey, I want to train or I want to do this, or someone's like, hey, Steve, I want to hold the camera, or I want to try this out, or hey, I've never played with, I've never learned anything in connection to this type of weapon or this or that. I want you to show me this or that. I want to see, or I have some skills with this or that, or that very weapon. I have skills with it, and I didn't know you knew about that, but I know something about this. It's like the stars have to friggin' align, and the friggin' leprechaun has to jump out of a friggin' pot of gold. Whatever. I just know that's not how that goes, but that's how it has to go for that to happen. It's like the Lucky Charms guy has to come out of the genie's lamp for that to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? Does anyone get what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying about this is that like you know, number one, BS is always going to be BS. If anyone hears that, makes it BS is just always BS. But uh, you know, um, man, my first like if I wasn't single, my first priority would be that woman and everything that she loves, and that's the first priority over anything. But on these days where really like all I have to do is just have a little fun or whatever, or on a day where, because regardless of what you're going through in life, you have days where all you have to do is pretty much find something to do. It would be nice to have certain people that would want to actually do something, and this whole lazy thing. I don't know, man. You know, I look at myself being that lazy when I'm like, it's sad to say, but I can only see myself being that lazy when I'm like in my friggin' 60s or 70s, or I don't even know at that point. I could not, I'll actually really keep it real. I can imagine more along in the 70s range when I'm starting to feel that lazy. That's just me, So that's been my rant. This is my rant. This is Steve from the back, and I'm just expounding more on this lazy daisy thing because I don't think people really get it. What I'm really trying to hit home. So, like, comment, and subscribe. This will be going on YouTube. This will be up on YouTube. And have a nice day.